Because it's times like these, so much I fear. Nights like these, we'll remember those stupid jokes. I came from a good home, a house full of terrorist dreams. That was enough for me.
Common People, I absolutely love. It feels like this is you being like, I'll always be from Donny.
Yeah.
I'll always be proud of it. You know, you've achieved things that people can't even imagine in their wildest dreams. How are you the person you are? You know, very grounded, still very normal.
I'd say honestly what plays a massive role. I mean, look, for a start, I'm lucky. I've got a great family. I've got great friends. I've got great people around me. That goes without saying. I'm lucky to have those things. Growing up in a place like Doncaster, it makes you a certain way, and I feel good kind of being like that. If I started walking around like too fucking big for me boots, doesn't matter how old I was, you know, like people would call you out on that shit, and eventually you realise, oh, maybe it's not too good to be such a cocky fucker all the time, or whatever it might be. Yeah. And so you have these things from a young age, and it's, I suppose I still carry that forward now, you know. I know no one's gonna like calling me in the street like maybe they used to when I was like 14, like, you know, whatever. But it's one of those things, like, I just think there's something really, I hate this word because it's so fucking overused, but there's something really wholesome about a place like Doncaster. And it's something that it'll always play a massive, massive part in who I am as a songwriter, what my morals are, what, you know, all of those things. Like all of us, you know, home is a massive part of who we were, but also who we are.
I feel like I like all the little details in Common People as well. I think it's a really clever song in that way. Was that an easy one?
That was, it was. And again, it's coming from a slightly more imaginative place. You're talking about showing, you know, a girl at the time, you're kind of introducing her, who maybe she's not from a place like Doncaster, and you're introducing her to, you know, this side of life. But that was definitely something that, because it was just straight from the heart, so yeah, relatively easy to write.
You'll be okay, we can talk tomorrow. I'm on my way.
And then Angels Fly is just a really beautiful song, isn't it? I feel like in the live set, that's going to be a moment.
Yeah, another one of those kind of big sounding, big chorus, big sing-along moments. And also what I like conceptually is there's a mate that you're talking to in that song that's going through some stuff. And the way we describe it is in a very British way. We're essentially saying, you'll be all right, and we can chat about it tomorrow if you want to, but tonight, should we just go out and get levered?
Yeah,
you know
so we deal with everything.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
You said I'm holding on to heartache. You said I'll wear it like...
And then Holding On to Heartache, I feel like, is going to be another beauty for live as well. It's going to be get your phone light on, isn't it?
Yes.
Wave it around for sure.
Yeah, this was another one of those songs that it wasn't necessarily deliberately done, but I do think it acts as a nice transition between Walls and Faith in the Future. Slightly more pop moment. It is a bit of an earworm though. From the first time I heard it, I do keep coming back to it. It's a song that's nice to sing.
I would say vocally, it's definitely one of the best songs as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So yeah, that's. I think that was maybe one of the last songs that we finished for whatever reason. But that's one of those songs that, and maybe I'm naive in this, but I would think that would be a fan favourite. Yeah. Maybe it will be something like a Silver Tongues, who knows? But instinctively, I think something like that would be a fan favourite. Yeah,
I saw James Vincent McMorrow worked with you on that
Legend.
song, and he's a phenomenal, obviously, artist in his own right, but clearly a great songwriter as well. Did you learn a lot from him?
Learned so much from him. He is someone who. He just like comes across like he's got a master's in music. Do you know what I mean? Like absolute genius, and just really, just constantly kind of challenging different ideas and trying to make things better and better. It just really, from the off, I felt like I was talking to an artist, someone who had so much passion for music. And he brought a lot to the table, There's a lyric that he wrote in Lucky Again about, and if you think that guy, there's a line, I forget off the top of my head, but there's a line, I can't fucking remember, we'll just scrap that, I can't remember what it was, fucking some line. Anyway, no, James is another one of those people that I'm like immensely proud that he's been willing to work on this record. And if I said that to him, because he's so humble, he'd be like, well, of course. Yeah. But honestly, like, I wouldn't have been able to make a record this good without these brilliant people that I've collaborated with, definitely.
That's the way love goes. That's the way love goes.
And we've reached the closer. That's the way love goes. And obviously from the title, you kind of think it's another typical love song, but it's got a really lovely spin on it. It's to a mate, isn't it? It's more of a love song to a friend. And I kind of hope people watching this will send it to their friend who needs a bit of a pick-me-up. But also what I took from it was, you know what you boys are like. You need pressing more, don't you, to talk about how you're actually feeling and about your mental health and stuff. So this song feels really important.
Yeah, I wanted to do a real kind of honest love song about mates and mates talking to another mate about, you know, you've been saying maybe you haven't seen that guy in the last 3 months, and you're eventually saying, we're going to drag you out, and by the end of it, maybe you'll get over this. And it maybe feels a little bit harsh or a little bit blunt at times, but that is often the way that we deal with things. And I went into the studio that day, and it's a song that I've always been a massive fan of conceptually, but Dry Your Eyes, The Streets.
Yeah.
And I went into the room that day and I was like, let's do something conceptually that feels like that. It feels like a mate talking to a mate about a lost love or whatever it might be.
There's not many songs like that, actually, is there?
There isn't, which I do find interesting. And also I thought was an interesting way to end the album because, again, if I put my unsophisticated head on, I want to end with a wall of sound that leaves you wanting more.
Yeah.
But there's something kind of confident, I think, about finishing on a down moment like that. I'm really confident in the song. I think it's a really beautiful song. And we did about 4 or 5 different versions of this album where the track listing slightly differs, but on every album that we've released, A Faith in the Future, that's the closer, because it just feels perfect for that reason.
I feel like on first listen, quite a lot of people will be quite choked, actually.
Yeah. I think we did a good song of kind of representing something that's pretty honest.
Well, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
On an amazing album. Without a doubt, your best to date.
Thank you.
I'm excited for the world to hear it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Louis.
Thanks. Oh, you made that dead easy, by the way. Thank you.
Oh, I hope so.
The way love goes.